In his masterpiece, The Divine Comedy, the Italian poet Dante reserved the fifth circle of hell for dodgy politicians. We'll warn them about that in the unlikely event we get any on this programme. Dante was very fortunate, though, in his illustrators. One of the first and the best was the Renaissance artist Sandro Botticelli. An entire series of his drawings for the Inferno was once in British hands, until the feckless Duke of Hamilton sold them all to the Germans in 1882 to pay off his gambling debts. But now, the Courtauld Gallery in London is putting them on show. The set includes false prophets who have their heads on backwards in hell, so they can see what they used to talk out of. Which reminds me, here's Stephen Smith.
I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you fire. I'll send you to burn.
The lowest circle of hell, just before the papers slot on this show. But never mind, look at these thrillingly gruesome drawings by the Renaissance master Sandro Botticelli.
Behold, it is the great figure of Lucifer embedded at the bottom of the pit of hell. He has 6 wings, bat's wings, which are flapping wildly and are generating these icy drafts. And he has 3 heads. The mouths are open, and he is chewing here on the bodies of the 3 arch traitors. So in the middle here we see Judas Iscariot, who betrayed Christ, of course. On the left, the unfortunate Brutus, and on the right, Cassius, so the 2 men who betrayed Julius Caesar.
They are among the most important works of Renaissance that we have, because in these works, Botticelli, one of the greatest artists of Italian Renaissance, meets Dante, one of the greatest poets of all times.
Venus make her fair, a lovely girl with sunlight in her hair.
500 years after his death, Botticelli's having a bit of a moment. Another show this spring at the V&A will look at his lasting impact on art and design.
Whoa, Venus.
The interesting thing about this exhibition, the drawings, came to light at a time that Botticelli's status was re-emerging and contributed very substantially to defining the artist that we know today, who is clearly not just a painter of, beautiful, seductive Venuses and floating around in sort of seashells, but he's also someone who is really sort of fiercely intellectual in a way, is very interested in ideas and grappling with this complex and epic and powerful poem that he's trying to illustrate.
The Botticellis once belonged to the 12th Duke of Hamilton, who embarked on a Dante-esque journey of his own.
He was more interested in yachts, in gaming, in horse racing, and managed to rack up a debt of some £1 million. Another contemporary on his death said that he was beset by all the deadly sins to a greater degree than any other man of his standing, which gives you a little bit of a flavour of how much he enjoyed life, I think.
To clear his debts, the Duke parted with all his art treasures over 17 days. The sale of the century, it was dubbed, including wonderful illustrations of Alexander the Great in a makeshift bathyscape. It all went to a museum in Berlin, including the so-called Hamilton Bible, which had once been consulted by the Pope, according to Raphael's painting.
Take my hand,
For Mr. Magoos like me,
I'm a stranger in paradise.
the Courtauld Gallery is laying on magnifying glasses to help us appreciate drawings like Botticelli's Paradise.
They are in a stream of light flowing towards God, and this stream of light is surrounded by fantastical flowers. It's a wonderful way of depicting just pure joy, and that's what is depicted there in Paradise.
This is the other side of the Elgin marbles, isn't it? These are our treasures. that are lost. Is there anything we can do? Can we twist Angela Merkel's arm over these?
I fear not. I fear that that opportunity is gone. I think we have to just celebrate the fact that these wonderful drawings are in a fantastic public collection in Germany where they're freely available to a very wide public, and the fact that they are here back in the UK is really I think testimony to how cultural property is shared internationally these days.